Because we don't actually have the Leap motion device right now, we don't know exactly what it's capable of. What I'd like it to do is be able to register each of my fingers on each of my hands separately, like this. What I know it can do is at least register each hand separately like this. So I'm going to show you a design now, different than the design I just showed you, similar principles, but this maps full hand activation rather than per finger. So this is really similar to a system Andy Wilson made and Jove Banco made. So thank you, Andy and Banco. All right, so here, put your hand up, and you can see right hand is for selection. If I put my left hand up, left hand is for viewing. So if I move my left hand now, it'll just translate. It'll go in up, down, left, right, or forward. The nice part about that is that you might not accidentally rotate as much as you would if you did all 6 degrees of freedom on one hand. Here you add another finger to do 2 more degrees of rotation. So I can rotate like this. I would be able to rotate this way, but not this way. You'd have to grab it like this. So that's one drawback of this solution. So I can go over and select that circle. I just grasp with my whole hand to select it. Now it's selected again, and use my left hand to zoom in. This mapping is more like if I'm holding, this object, I can adjust the object with my left hand and draw on it with my right hand. So that's a pretty natural mapping for left and right hands. People are used to doing that. But what I want to do right now is I want to do voice input. And there's a number of ways you could do voice input here. You could have another hand gesture, or you could say, Jarvis, make blah, 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 9.6 millimeters. What I chose to do here is to have a hand gesture. So this is the self-revealing gesture for that. So it's telling me to put my hands together. So if I do that, make radius 0.4 millimeters. So now it's made that radius 0.4 millimeters, not just here, but everywhere, which is super cool. So let's zoom out. And so, yeah, that looks good. That looks like, now it's like a lens that I could rotate to do focus or something like that. Pro Engineer right now has a really cool feature where you can show history. And it shows the history of everything you've done to this model. And you can hide things, you can reorder events, and it doesn't throw anything away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off that circle I just made, and I do this with my right hand. To activate, I press. It's giving me another self-revealing gesture right here to say if I drag to the right, that it'll hide this. So let's do that. So now that's been hidden. What if I wanted to make chamfer? And it adds the chamfer, and it tells me what do I want to chamfer. So once again, I'll go select that edge now. So that looks nice. And now maybe I think, that circle. I think maybe I want the circle, all those extrusions back. So I'll go over there, turn that back on. Those two things together. Now that's awesome. Let's hide this history. And let's check out what we made. Yeah, looks pretty good. Leap guys, give us a call.